Hello everyone, Trigan here. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Don't forget, if you like this video, tickle that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. So, I was going to say that now that we have all the cities connected with freight and passengers, we have all 6 industries available, we should move on to doing some track improvement. And we are going to move on to doing track improvement. I just rather forgot about one city. I completely forgot La Mesa was there, but we're not going to connect to it today. We will do that. It'll probably be when we start working on this line right here. But yes, what I would like to do today is start getting some improvements done on tracks and get passenger transport on this side of the map separated off from our freight lines. And it's going to sort of screw up my cool freight stations I set up here, but I think we can just keep the straight through lines on these and just separate off the freight to do things elsewhere. Ooh, this one I'm going to have to figure out. Where are you going? Oh, okay, that is on this line here. And where is it actually taking wood? Oh, right, it's taking wood up here. Ooh. I will have to figure out how to cope with that. You know, we've got 4 tracks here and we're not using these platforms. I could just redo this so that we have freight going through on one side and passengers on the other. I think that's what we'll do. I think that is what we will do. All right, let's actually start down here, I think. So we're going to run a new line for passengers. And this should be fairly easy because we've got this loop that's passenger only here. Let's separate it off here and run a parallel pair of tracks down here. We might lose something there, but who cares? All we have to do here is just add 2 more tracks on. And I don't think we're even using this outer platform. No, so we can just take that outer platform off. Same thing here. We're not using the outer platform. We'll just put 2 more tracks on. Oh. Well, you're a problem. We'll have to redo this section of track here. This curve we're going to have to redo. I'll figure out how I want to do that when we get to it. And here we will have to redo this one as well because we'll have passengers on these tracks. Actually, that works out perfect because then I could just change this here and have it go to the new tracks. In fact, we can actually move this and put our new tracks on this side. Oh yeah, that's going to work out really good. Then all we have to do is just change this little short track here. So then our passengers will continue on along, paralleling this all the way down. And then I'm going to pull it off, probably in the tunnel here somewhere. And we'll loop down and come down into here. Let's pause this. And let's go ahead and start right here. Okay. Yeah, you can go. You can go. You are all going to go. Oop, I'm getting some lag here for some reason. Okay, let's see. You are going to have to go back into the platform. So, I think what we're going to do here is this. So we're going to... Okay, let's do this. I'm going to put this right here. And then we will go from here to here. And then we can grab this one down here. Yeah, you're still there, so you're not a problem. There. Okay, now let's go ahead and add our additional tracks here. Let's bring them to just about those signals there. And then we'll come out of... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this is the way I'm going to have to do it, but I'll have to figure out how to fix that later. Okay, right here. We're just going to come to this point. And then, well, come on. Snap to where I want you to snap to. Okay, let's try doing that to there. I want this to be level, though. And then we're going to come from here to here. Does that work? We lose a lot of speed doing that, but it does work. And then from here, we will... You're putting catenary on there again. Yeah, I noticed that. Why it insists on adding catenary, I'll never know. It's driving me bonkers. Okay, I got that all done. Run out to here. Now, with this one, we know we're going to have to rearrange this quite a bit. Actually, can I boot you off from here? Yeah. Boot you back to the other side. Not sure exactly how I'm going to get you onto the right track, but no worries. We figured that sort of thing out before. I can actually redo all of this. Let's go ahead and get our new tracks on. Now, these could be low-speed tracks because on this side is going to be the freight. That's right. I don't know if I really need to bother. We'll go ahead and do this. I don't know if I really need to bother making the freight high speed. I mean, is that going to help us? I suppose later on we might have high speed locomotives for our freight quite a bit later on. I mean, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Oops, I didn't want to do that yet. Then this, I'm going to go ahead and take all this off. Well, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. And then we can go ahead on here, and all we really need is a platform big enough to put our buildings on. Let's just go with 4. I'll go with this. Oops. All right, we'll use this one then, since it didn't like that one. Nope, that was not what I wanted. There. Oh my goodness. There. Okay, cool. We got that all done. So this moved over onto that side, which is perfect. That's where we want it. And this will be our... No, we have a section here I didn't get upgraded to high speed. There we go. So that's our passenger on that side. It's got a passenger on here. Really, that I think is going to be pretty easy to get that to move over. So this here, let's take all of this off. We'll cut this back to the tunnel. Right there is good. It's far enough. And again, I'm not going to try to replace the high speed or the freight tracks with high speed for now. If I decide to upgrade them, I'll upgrade them later. I'm also not going to bother downgrading the others for the moment. And then these go around to here. Oh God, did we lose a lot of speed on that curve? That is a terrible curve. Okay, and we have the advantage that we set this up so this terminates down here. So we'll be able to get all of this going here without having to do anything on the west side of the map. Okay, that looks good. Let's do this. Actually, no, let's do this. There, signals. Come on. Okay, I've already got that set up right. And that should go right there. That looks good. And that went all the way to here. Excellent. Although I do sort of think that there should be one right here. We'll do both sides there. And then this one actually, oh, well, they're not. That's odd. I would have thought that they would have been identical. And then let's go ahead and put this one on. And we can just go ahead and delete that one extra we've got there. Okay, that's right. All right, cool. This all looks right now. Actually, we do need to replace the ones we took out right here, because that's where our merger was. All right, so the other nice thing is we have taken this merger off, which is going to eliminate a traffic problem for us. So that's good. We've got this all connected up to here. We know we're going to use this for passenger here. So let's go ahead and fix... Well, it's going to be a close call here too, isn't it? Let's go ahead and fix this one, and then we can get the freight going on this. So in this case, I think what we'll do is this. Yeah, I think this will work perfect. Except for that, which it always wants to do for some idiotic reason. I'm going to have to take that road out. There we go. There we go. And we can actually get rid of this too, because this is unneeded on this side. And let's see. I don't think I can take all of those out without messing things up. I've got to get tracks in so it'll see this as a platform before I can take the other parts out. Now I can take this side out and we won't lose all that stuff. There we go. Okay, I just need to take this out and put new buildings on here. And go to that. And then this. And there we go. That is all set back up and good to go. That's passenger. Both of these are passengers, so that's good. We don't have to worry about them. Now this, we just grab our tracks. Oops. Oh, okay. This was a pass-through. I didn't notice that. Not a pass-through. You know, I mean, it was stopping there and then coming back out. I've got to let this stuff move a little bit so I can see what's going on. Oh, and you. All right, let's do this then. Gonna run this up to here. Then we'll run it around here. There's something in the way here and I can't... Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, there's something in the way there and I couldn't see it. So it wouldn't let me build the track there. There we go. Once again, it's not snapping. I don't understand why. Okay, all the way around here. And that goes to there. And then this It's going to be substantially better because it's on one side. Let's see. Sort of feel like I want to do this. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then that. Let's do... There we go. So there's room for a second train to sit there. And then here, we're going to go like this. And that's our exit out of there. Okay. Except you, I still have to figure out how to get over here. Can I force you back? I realize I'm having to delete tracks doing this, but forcing him back solves a lot of problems for me. Do not jump forward. All right, well, he jumped forward. I didn't want him to do that. All right, let's do this then. There. So you are not where you're supposed to be. How did you even get on that track? I didn't connect those two. He can get in that way, so we'll leave that. This guy is going to need to be able to go over to here. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this hooked back up. And then we'll be able to get these trains onto the right tracks, and that'll improve things dramatically. That's nice and easy there. And this one's going to have to be done too. Yeah, I'm not even ready to do any of that yet. Okay, well, we'll come back to it. And we have a freight train. Let's let this freight get out of the way. Okay, here, we're going to delete all of this. So I want to get these two passenger trains. Why did you switch to the wrong track? Why did he switch to the wrong track? All right, fine. We'll leave that the way it is. This one, we're going to be taking this off here and putting a pair of high-speed tracks on there. Okay, so that we did the same thing. We just hooked all that up for new passenger and freight line, and I've got to deal with this not wanting to snap. That is a new problem. That has just started recently. I don't know why it's doing that. And this all the way up to here. To right. Actually, you know what? Let's put the end of this like right here, because that looks like it could really use more room for that curve. All right. Now, up to here, we can disconnect this from the freight track. And let's cut this back to here. And then this should make a nice curve here. Much better than the old one, because that was a pretty sharp curve where it joined that. And then we just need to get our signals back on. And I think we do need to get signals on here before we start things moving. Otherwise, it's going to be a sticky mess. Okay, so I got signals on. We have this part that we need to get fixed up. And let's see. I think I put crossovers in for everything. So let's just let it go and see if this works. Okay, you are stopped by him in your way. Oh, and I need to put another one in here so he can come in and stop at that spot. There you go. Now you can go across. Oh God, and I've got a whole lineup of these stupid freight trains that do not belong here. Okay, I think this is the last train that I have to get through here before we can fix all of this. The next train is actually on the track he's supposed to be on, and I think this is a through train. Okay, so let's pause that. Let's get rid of this. And then, no, not buildings, tracks. There we go. I was wondering how many times it was going to take you to find the right button. It takes me a little while sometimes, Growler. Just cut me some slack, okay? Let's go ahead and signals. Let's put a pair right here, I think. Oops. There we go. I don't know if that'll work right, but we'll put that there anyways. Oh, I need to make this a little longer. We wanted this long enough for this whole train to fit in here. There. There. Low speed track. We'll make you this long. There. Okay. Now, what are you doing here? You should be just driving on through. Oh, you're on the wrong track. Hold on. This should be easy to fix. All we have to do is, you're not doing anything special. You just need to go across the other side. And our passenger trains are all stopped up right now because I've got all this junk in the way. Oh, and you're now waiting for each other. Okay, well, let's do this then. There. I think I'll get rid of that light right there. Whoa, that was our passenger train just shooting through like a rocket. I am extremely impressed with how all that is working out. You weren't sure you could make all that work, were you? You never know how things are going to go, Growler. But yeah, our trains, it's going to take a little while for the passenger trains to get sort of sorted out. I suppose the freight, too, because we had things stopped up. And even though we had the game paused, once we let things go, we had to get everything straightened out and trains on the right tracks and everything. We didn't have to delete any trains, so that's a good thing. We just had to get them shuffled onto the right tracks. And I think there might be a little bit of a traffic problem at the tool factory, which I think could be solved by just adding another platform for incoming wood trains, so we can have two trains dropping off wood at the same time. And got trains still stopped here waiting for freight. I'm not sure what this guy's waiting for, but he's waiting for something. That's at the merger too. What on earth? Okay, there, I see now there's a train coming off the other side of the merger. That's what he was waiting for. But yeah, we've got our quadruple tracks here now. Why'd you say it like that? I don't know. Yeah, these things, yeah, we've topped out at 150. This thing is flying. And it's really nice to see these passenger trains be able to just rip it through here without stopping. I'm going to let this run because I want to see us reach the other end of this. We started out just having left Rio Dorado, and now we want to get to Mill Valley. There's another one sitting here stopped. See, all the more reason why we wanted to get all of our passenger traffic off from the freight lines. I think there's some areas, in fact, I know there's one area that I really was hoping we'd get to today, but we're not going to get to it today. But we'll take care of it in the next video. There was an area that was stopped up pretty bad with traffic, and I want to reroute things a little bit. I think just by putting in additional tracks we can route some traffic on its own tracks and clear up the traffic jam. Do we have another station left? Yes, I do believe we have one more left here, don't we? Yes? No? Maybe not. I thought... Yeah, it has to be, because that was a freight. That's coming from the sawmill. I didn't think we were at the sawmill yet, but wasn't sure. Here we go. Now here's the sawmill. Once you get down to the train level and do this, you realize how humongous this map really is. You just travel for a long, long way between things. We're doing 150 there. We're slowing down now for the curve, but yeah, this is an awful curve. I wonder if I can redo this. It would be something to consider. If I can redo this, at least on the passenger side, and keep our 150 speed, that would be great. Oh, and now we've got a nice double wide tunnel here. Okay, here comes where we split off. Passenger service going to the left. Freight staying on the right. Those signals were in just the right spot, weren't they? Of course, we got new signals on this side, so that's nice. You know, we have the replace option. I wonder if you just put that down on a spot, if it would just update all of your existing lights. I may have to try that. There we go. We're finally at the other side. Coming around. Yeah, this is slowing us down, but we're coming into the station, so that's fine. There we go. We are now at Mill Valley. All right, let's try this. Let's just see how if this works. Okay. Right here. Oh, these are new ones here. I gotta find where the... Oh, the old ones are going to be in the tunnel there. Let's try a different spot then. Here. Here's one. These should be old ones. Yeah, these are old ones. So what happens if I go, let's say right here, and we take this, and we got two different kinds here. These are the ones I've been using. I think these are the vanilla ones. These are the ones from the American set. Loading speed. Oh, that's because that one's a little short. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this, and we'll just plop it down, and that's not what I wanted. You know, it really helps if you want to try out a different feature, if you actually turn on the different feature. Replace. There we go. That's what I wanted. Forward. Okay, yeah, it didn't place one there. It did replace the light there. So let's do this. And we're going to change this to backwards. Do that, and now look at the other one. Yeah, that works. That's great. I might have to make use of that and just go through and update some lights in places. Did we get these? No. Because the switch here was in the way. It won't pass switches. Alright, guys. I think we've got this all taken care of. We still have some freight traffic problems. There's just a lot of stuff that is not done yet. I think we definitely need to upgrade this. This is looking a little worse for wear. But that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, please remember to tickle that like button for me. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day.